dádì Òṣogbo.
sódà ètè ìjàpá tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ètè ìjàpá ẹni yóò ràn yín lọ sóko ẹrú o.
Ọlọ́run ní jára ìjà ẹ dákun ẹ bá ń gbàyàwó mi mọ̀ràn ni kò wù mí láti kọ́.
ẹ wò ó tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá kọ́ kò àwọn tó bá lóbìnrin tó bá ti ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó difficult gẹ̀ láti gẹ̀.
ṣéyàwó mi ò lè yí padà ni.
lè yí padà gbogbo ìgbà ni ẹ mọ̀jẹ̀ ẹ kọ̀ wọ́n ni kíkọ́ ló dáa jù.
èkùrọ́ lalábàákú ẹ̀wà o bójò ń rọ̀ bórun àríorí.
orin tó ọmọ ọkọ lọ sọ rántí pé jọtọ ọra gẹsẹtì.
hello.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ kú dédé wòye o.
Adédàpọ̀ Sábà ló ń sọ̀rọ̀.
ẹ ṣeun sà.
ẹ kú ètò náà.
a mà dúpẹ́ sà.
ẹ mọ nǹkan tá a máa ṣe fún ìyá Ẹ̀gbá.
à ń gbọ́ yín sà.
tá a bá ti bá wọn sọ tí wọn gbọ́ a máa fẹjọ́ wọn sùn Ibrahim Magu so EFCC ló máa gbé wọn.
kí èlò ni mo èlò ni.
bẹ́ẹ̀
tó bá ti wá prosecute wọn tó bá jẹ̀bi báyìí a máa banish wọn a dẹ̀ máa detain wọn.
God bless you. lára àwọn ẹ̀sùn tẹ́ fi kàn yẹ Ẹ̀gbá ni ìnákúnà ṣíṣe owó ọkọ ní báṣubàṣu àti ṣíṣe ọ́fíìsì rẹ lò. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nílé ìdáná gan òun di ọ́fíìsì lò tí n bá fún ọ ní 2,000 tàbí 3 pé kò fi dáná mo máa ń rántí pé n tá jẹ nínú ọbẹ̀ gan EFCC gbọ́dọ̀ tán níwádìí ẹ̀ lóòótọ́. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
bọ̀dà Sábà káṣọ́ra o káṣọ́ra gan ẹ jẹ́ ká òbí àlè gba ìpele ìka tó máa lọ.
ẹ̀rọ tẹ́ńtà lódò.
ẹ ṣeun.
bàbá náà látàrí yìí mọ̀ ní dàrú.
àmín.
dámì sèmi láti ìlú nísà bàbá àdúrà rí fún.
ẹ ṣeun.
àdúrà náà la máa fi ran ìdílé lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ní jó dàrú.
àmín o.
agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run gbogbo àdúrà tá a fi ran ìdílé lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run bá mú wọlé àtẹ torí wípé ìyàwó ìwọ ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ torí wípé tóyò máa náwó nàkúnà tí ò dáa ni o tóyò máa kí ọkọ máa kó lé kíyàwó máa mú lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ kó máa ná nàkúnà tí ò dáa ni káwọn máa ra aṣọ lónìí kára púpà lọ́la kára gbòdì lọ́tùnla tí ò dáa ni ó yẹ kí ẹ máa fi ẹ̀sọ̀ ṣe níbi pé kí ọmọ ọdọ́gbọ́n gbowó lọ́wọ́ ọkọ kó wá máa ná síbi tí ò yẹ kó ná sí tí ò dáa ni ìbọn bàbá tiẹ̀ gan kẹ́ kó o máa ṣe dáadáa lọ́dọ̀ ọkọ rẹ nítorí ọkọ rẹ bá ohun tó bá fẹ́ ṣe jọkọ̀ ló máa mọ̀ sí wọ́n máa dá nǹkan sí mọ́ lẹ́yìn ọkọ rẹ àti bá lè fi owó ìṣeré
kí tó ná àwọn owó yẹn kí n máa sọ fún wọn pé mo fẹ́ yá owó yìí o mo ti gbọ́ yín.
ẹ máa sọ gbọ́ tí ó bá délẹ̀ tọ́tọ̀kọ náà ni mo ń dà kọ́ lọ yáwó nìṣe kọ́ mọ́ ìsan ṣe tọ́kọ náà ní padà san nígbà bá ń wọ ọkọ náà ní ó padà sọ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ọmọ ìjọkọ yín ó mọ̀ sí i torí bí ń bọ̀ ní bọ̀ wọ́n láwọn là máa ń dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ ìyẹn fi gbogbo ara gan ìyẹn ń dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ ní ìṣòro ẹsẹ̀ gbé ilé iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ fò ní jóná.
àmín Kẹ́hìndé Adébáyọ̀ àrí mẹ́sẹ̀gì tí náà wọ́n sọ wípé àwọn ń tẹ̀lé wa lórí ètò wípé kí ìyá Ẹ̀gbá kan dákun kẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́.
ọmọ jẹ́jẹ́ ni mí o jẹ́jẹ́ lọ́mọ Èkó rin o.
ẹ ṣeun tí Rave 91.7 FM ẹ dákun ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ nínú ìdílé gbèsè sọ́run sọ̀sọ̀ bí ti ń ṣe wọn ṣe làálàá dípò kí ẹ dákun nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀ kí ìmọ̀ wa kó sì ṣọ̀kan pẹ̀lú àfojúsùn kan gbèsè ẹ wò a máa sọ̀yàn di akú rẹ̀ tẹ̀lẹ̀ ayé wa ò ní ta o ayé wa ò ní tuná Múyìwá Afọlábí òun lórúkọ ti tèmi àrí orí tẹ́ mọ̀ fi gbogbo ìgbà rí tí ò ní bọ́ sọ̀nù lọ́wọ́ yín olówó orí ọkọ lórí ìyá Ẹ̀gbá tí DSS ò lè gbé.
Ọmọbọ́lá Hassan náà ni orúkọ tèmi pàdé wa bí oyin lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ kájíá next week kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ wúdẹ rárá.
Hello my baby, that's my baby.
má gbé kúrò níbẹ̀ ìkànnì Rave 91.7 FM la wà.
ẹ kú dédé wòyí ní gbogbo ibi tí afẹ́fẹ́ ìkànnì tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mi tó bá ń fẹ́ dé orúkọ tèmi ni Kúnlé Ọláníyì tí mò ń ṣojú iléeṣẹ́ DHIL tí gbòyàn tó mọ̀ sí Crime Alert Security Services nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní iléeṣẹ́ Crime Alert tó pọ̀ gan ẹ jẹ́ n bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bi eléyìí tó gbé orúkọ iléeṣẹ́ gan rò tí à ń pè ní Crime Alert Security Code ǹjẹ́ lẹ mọ̀ pé fóònù tí à ń gbé dání yìí ó ti kúrò ní pé a kàn fi ń pè tàbí a fi ń ya fọ́tò nìkan àwa bóyá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìdigunjalè ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tàbí èèyàn wá ṣi mọ́tò wọ̀ tàbí nígbàkúgbà téèyàn bá bára bára rẹ̀ nínú ewu. ẹ mọ̀ pé bí àwọn alọ́kólóńkígbe bá fẹ́ wọlé àbí bá wà lágbègbè èèyàn ní láǹfààní àti sọ̀rọ̀ torí pé ẹ̀rù á máa bà yàn gbà yẹn. climate alert code yẹn ẹ nílò àti ẹ ti pè ẹ nílò àti sọ nǹkan kan nítorí pé kóòdì kan lẹ́kàn rọra tẹ̀ lórí fóònù yín tí ó ti dún lọ́dọ̀ gbogbo àwọn elétò ààbò tó bá wà káàkiri agbègbè tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn bá ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n á dẹ̀ wá láti wá gbà yín kalẹ̀. kò sí irú ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tó wù kẹ́ lè máa lò tí ò ṣeé ṣe bóyá kékeré ni o àbí eléyìí tó jẹ́ olówó ńlá kò dẹ̀ sí network failure lórí ọ̀rọ̀ security code tí à ń sọ ń pa èyí kì í ṣe àwọn elétò ààbò tìjọba nìkan ni iléeṣẹ́ crime láti ti kó àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ papọ̀ sínú kóòdì tá a máa bá yín ṣe yìí àti OPC ni o Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà ni fi ṣiṣẹ́ kó tó di pé ẹ láǹfààní àti rè níwèé padà bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ tún ṣe ẹ lè ṣe fáwọn ọmọ yín ẹ lè ṣe fún ìyàwó níbikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà ló ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ kì í ṣe pé nílùú ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mí nìkan ló ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ń kúrò lórí ti crime alert code ti deflation tire safety solution tí a máa ń pè ní tire sealant ẹ rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà ló jẹ́ pé béèyàn bá ń gbé mọ́tò lọ ó lè gún ṣòó ó lè gún nǹkan kan lójú títì àwọn kòtò tó máa ń wà lẹ́ ojú títì ńgbà míì máa ń bẹ́ táyà lórí eré ìdí nìyẹn tí a fi wá gbé èròjà tá à ń pè ní táyà sealant yìí jáde tó yẹ pé tó bá ti wà nínú táyà rẹ kò bá máa gún ìṣó ní ẹ̀mẹwàá lójoojúmọ́ dígbí ni táyà rẹ ó wà kò ní expiring date bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ni kì í ba táyà jẹ́ ó dìgbà táyà ìbá tó gbó kí táyà sealant kó tó máa ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ nínú táyà yín ẹ̀bẹ́ bá ti lè fi sí báyìí ẹ̀yin ò tún ní nǹkan tí wọ́n ń pè ní táyà puncture mọ́ nìyẹn. lára àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́ tí à ń ṣe nílé iṣẹ́ DHIL tá a tún lè pè ní crime alert ni techno control ṣe rí èròjà tó ń jẹ́ techno control yìí anti-fire explosive device ni kò ń jẹ́ kí iná gbé oríṣiríṣi ìjàmbá ló dẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nípa generator ni o àbí gáàsì ni o àbí nípa mọ́tò àbí ọkọ̀ epo ó tiẹ̀ ṣubú lulẹ̀ níbi kan tí ó wá gbaná ṣùgbọ́n tí èròjà techno control yìí tó bá ti wà nínú àwọn nǹkan tó ń lo epo tàbí gáàsì kò sí nǹkan kan tó yẹ kéèyàn tó máa bẹ̀rù mọ́ fún iná nìyẹn kódà bó bá wà nínú kòtò àwọn ilé epo kírú ilé epo bẹ́ẹ̀ kó fìkàn balẹ̀ pé kò lè sí ìjàmbá aná kankan tí yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ bó bá tiẹ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ á ṣe é control tó jẹ́ pé kì í ṣe pé yóò máa gbè mọ́ èèyàn ìyẹn ni ti techno control ìkan wà tá a tún pè ní fuel saver eléyìí wúlò fún mọ́tò àti gbogbo nǹkan èlò tó tún ń lo epo petrol tó bá ti wà nínú àwọn èròjà tó ń lo epo petrol yìí á dín bí àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyẹn ṣe ń lo epo bó ṣe ń jẹ epo á dínkù ní ìwọ̀n 35% láfi dínkù ẹ jẹ́ sọ pé bóyá tẹ́ ẹ bá ń lo epo 1000 naira fún ọjọ́ méjì bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti lè fi fuel saver yìí tẹ́ ẹ bá fi lè fi sí inú nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń lò yẹn wáyé generator ni àbí mọ́tò ó di dandan pé yóò bá yín dín 350 naira kù nínú èròjà epo 1000 naira tí ẹ̀ ń lò yẹn. bákan náà ni a tún ń ṣe èròjà kan tá à ń pè ní glass luma security film nílé iṣẹ́ wa kí ni eléyìí túmọ̀ sí a fi ń dáàbò bo gíláàsì ni yálà gíláàsì ilé àbí gíláàsì mọ́tò tẹ́ bá ti fi kíní yẹn sí ara gíláàsì yín yìí kò sẹ́ni tó máa mọ̀ kó ti wà lára gíláàsì ilé àbí mọ́tò yín ẹ̀yin nìkan tẹ́ ẹ ṣe é sílẹ̀ máa mọ̀ bí wọ́n máa ń lé òkúta bí wọ́n ń lẹ̀ ní irin àbí wọ́n ń lẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó tún le jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ gíláàsì mọ́tò yín àbí ti ilé yín kò ní fọ́ ìyẹn là ń pè ní glass luma film nílé iṣẹ́ DHIL náà ló ti ń jáde tá a tún mọ̀ sí ilé iṣẹ́ crime alert security services eléyìí tó wá gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ni pé ẹ ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ pé ètò ìṣúná yín ó tún lè rú gọ́gọ́ sí láti ara ilé iṣẹ́ crime alert bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ àwọn èèyàn àbẹ́ mọ̀ àwọn àjọ àbẹ́ mọ̀ ilé iṣẹ́ kan tó nílò àwọn nǹkan tí a ti kà sílẹ̀ pa ń ṣe yìí ó di dandan kí owó kó máa wọ sínú àpò yín gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yìí là ń ṣe ní ilé iṣẹ́ crime alert bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bá wá fẹ́ jàǹfààní bóyá fẹ́ rà kan nínú àwọn nǹkan tá a ti kà sílẹ̀ yìí àbẹ́ fẹ́ dókòwò pẹ̀lú ilé iṣẹ́ wa ẹ pé ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí kájúwe ilé iṣẹ́ wa tó súnmọ́ àgbègbè yín fún yín 070-661-819-11 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 070-661-819-11 ẹ ṣeun gan ojú òní tiwa.
gbó olúfọ̀ní baálẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn afàyàfà ìkànnì ref 91.7 FM láwùjọ òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ eré ìdárayá àti ìròyìn oníyàjóyàjó bàbá abẹ làásì.
Òṣogbo òròkì Ifẹ̀ òòyè Ìwó ọmọ olódù ọba Ìkìrọ̀ àgùnbẹ́ Ẹdẹ mọ̀pọ̀ àrógun Ìlá ọ̀rọ̀gún ọmọ ògbóyè Ìjẹ̀ṣà òṣèré onílẹ̀ òbí Èjìgbò nílé owó òwérín Ọ̀rá ọmọ ìgbómìnà rédíò rave ìkànnì 91.7 tiwantiwa ẹgbọ́ ẹgbádùn ẹ jẹ dòdò ẹ.
Now, sound is everything.
The new definition and sound.
1.7 Rave FM.
91.7 FM. NUJ, best radio station of the year.
From your moments defining radio station, Rave 91.7 FM. It's midday.
Let's turn it up.
Relax and unwind because we're going live. 91.7 Wave FM.
It's time to keep you informed. It's time to keep you informed with all the latest happenings in the world. This is the world news on Rave 91.7 FM.
To more African countries. Death toll from coronavirus claims past 5,000 across 123 countries. Rave 91.7 FM. Now the details. The Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, has asked Governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, to tread softly in his handling of the leadership crisis rocking the state's traditional council. The governor had issued warning letters to 11 first-class traditional rulers over alleged non-cooperation with government and leadership of the traditional council. The monarchs had meetings of the State Council of Traditional Rulers after Governor Fayemi appointed Alawe of Ilawe Ekiti, Oba Ajibade Alabi, as chairman of the State Traditional Rulers Council. The first-class monarchs were said to be displeased with the way the governor appointed a subordinate king to lead them and headed to the courts to challenge the appointment. However, in his letter, the third one, and warned the governor against treating the traditional institution with levity. Outside Nigeria, Sudan has announced its first case of the novel coronavirus following the death of a 50-year-old man. Without research, the Sudanese citizen had reached Emirates, where dozens of COVID-19 cases have been recorded, soon closing its land borders with Egypt and suspending flights from China, Iran, Italy, Spain, Japan, and Egypt. Mass gatherings have been discouraged, and the government has asked the Health Ministry and military medical services to prepare quarantine centers. The virus has also spread to several countries on the African continent, with Kenya, Ethiopia, Sudan, Guinea, Mauritania, Namibia, and Eswatini all confirming their first cases yesterday and today. Meanwhile, the worldwide death toll from the coronavirus pandemic passed 5,000 today, with the total number of cases rising to more than 140,000 as countries take measures to end a global health crisis. Saudi Arabia has announced that it would suspend international flights to and from the country for 2 weeks in response to the outbreak. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern also announced a mandatory 2-week quarantine for arrivals to the country, cancelling the 1-year memorial service of the Christchurch attacks.
And we must go early. We must do everything we can to protect the health of New Zealanders. That is exactly why, to tackle this global pandemic, Cabinet made far-reaching and unprecedented decisions today, because these are unprecedented circumstances.
The World Health Organization, meanwhile, says Europe has now become the epicenter for COVID-19, the disease caused by the new coronavirus. United States President Donald Trump declared a national emergency to provide more money to fight a pandemic that has killed 41 people in the U.S. The declaration of a national emergency allows the Federal Emergency Management Agency to assist state and local governments and coordinate the nation's response to the crisis.
To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. 2 very big words. The action I am taking will open up access to up to $50 billion of very important and a large amount of money for states and territories and localities in our shared fight against this disease, urging every state to set up emergency operation centers effective immediately. I'm also asking every hospital in this country to activate its emergency preparedness plan so that they can meet the needs of Americans everywhere. The hospitals are very engaged.
Head of the U.S. Infectious Disease Institute, Anthony Fauci, said the declaration waives federal regulations and laws to give doctors and hospitals flexibility in treating patients.
so that people at the state, the local level, the individual physician, all the way up through the federal government will have as many constraints as possible removed for them to do everything they possibly can so that we can implement the things that we've been talking about.
The move follows an unprecedented cascade of shutdowns this week, from sports events to museums and workplaces, limiting large public gatherings to slow the fast-spreading virus. In Europe, a plane load of medical supplies, including masks and respirators, have arrived in Italy from China to help the European country deal with its growing coronavirus crisis. The coronavirus outbreak began in China late last year, but has since swept the globe, and Italy is now the worst affected nation in the world after China. The outbreak risks overwhelming Italian hospitals, with key supplies running low. An executive director of WHO, Michael Ryan, is calling for caution in isolation protocols.
When we speak about that vulnerability, we cannot forget migrants. We cannot forget undocumented workers. We cannot forget prisoners in prisons. They may be serving sentence, but they deserve no less protection under the law. Stigma, we also need to really look carefully at exclusion.
Meanwhile, Spain will be in a state of emergency for the next 15 days to combat the coronavirus, a dramatic policy response that will allow authorities to confine people and ration goods. In Asia, China reported 11 new infections of the coronavirus today, and for the first time since the start of the epidemic, the majority of them were imported cases from overseas. The National Health Commission said there were 4 more people infected in Hubei's capital, Wuhan, where the virus first emerged in December. The daily tally is the lowest for Wuhan since China started reporting figures in January. The other 7 new infections were of people arriving from overseas, and another 13 people died, bringing the national toll from the disease in mainland China to 3,189.
And now for business news.
Welcome to business. Nigeria's external reserves recorded a decline of $2.3 billion from $38.59 billion to $36.22 billion in a 2-month period covering January 1st and March 5th this year. According to the Central Bank of Nigeria, this represented a decline of 5.9%. Foreign exchange reserves are assets held on the reserve by. They are used to back liabilities and influence monetary policy, which comprise foreign banknotes, deposits, bonds, treasury bills, and other foreign government securities. Tech giant Microsoft involved in day-to-day operations at the firm more than a decade ago, turning his attention to the foundation he launched with his wife Melinda. According to the Redmond-based firm, Mr. Gates served as chairman of Microsoft's board of directors until early in 2014 and has now stepped CEO of Apple. Tim Cook says the tech firm is closing all of its stores outside China until March 27th in a bid to slow the spread of the new coronavirus outbreak. Talking sports, the Premier League will hold an emergency meeting on Thursday to establish plans for the remainder of the season. It is believed the clubs will have more information by then after a UEFA European Football Stakeholders meeting on Tuesday. As it sounds, no Premier League fixtures will take place until April 4th at the earliest, with the Football League also suspending all games until April the 3rd. The measure to postpone Premier League football was agreed at an emergency club meeting, and in light of Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta and Odoi confirming they are tested. Brazilian legend Ronaldinho will remain in prison after an appeals court in Paraguay rejected a request from his lawyers to release him from pre-trial detention over held in a police cell in Paraguay since March 5th for allegedly using false documentation upon their arrival in Paraguay capital Asuncion. Public prosecutor Federico Delfino said 16 persons have been implicated in the fake passport scandal so far. Lawyers representing the former Barcelona star and Roberto filed an appeal last week days after another court rejected their request to release the duo on bail or to house arrest.
Now entertainment news.
US Awards have announced on-air personality Toke Makinwa and Ebuka Obi Uchendu as red carpet hosts for the 7th edition of Place today at Eko Hotel and Suites, with the red carpet starting by 4 p.m. while the main event kicks off by 7 p.m. Actors Ramsey Noah categories, while Shola Shobawale, Kate Henshaw, and Funke Akindele lead the female categories. The nominations for the 7th edition of the awards were announced on Thursday, February 2nd. Before we end the news, here is a recap of our top stories. The Alafin of Oyo Oba Lamidi Adeyemi has asked Governor of Ekiti State Kayode Fayemi to tread softly in his handling of the leadership crisis rocking the state traditional council. The governor had issued warning letters to 11 first-class traditional rulers over non-cooperation with government, all confirming their first cases yesterday and today. Told from the coronavirus pandemic past 5,000 today, with the total number of cases rising to more than 140,000 as countries take measures to end a global health crisis. And just before we go,